Today, Square Enix released Chrono Trigger for Steam. No brainer, should be easy money for them. Chrono Trigger is an absolute classic that everyone loves and remembers. We should be throwing our money at Square Enix at this point. Except they managed to cock it all up. How? Well, check out these reviews. They are mostly negative. People are not happy. And they have a reason to be. Square just packaged the shitty phone port and was like, here, $15. There you go. Here's a piece of crap. About the only thing this has going for it over the Super Nintendo version is, I guess you get the opening cutscenes from the PlayStation version, but I don't need them. You don't need them. I would rather have a game that wasn't ass ugly. The UI is awful. I mean, you can tell it was optimized for touch controls, which nobody needs on Steam. That's just dumb. It looks like a shitty RPG Maker game. The UI is ugly. The text box here is hilariously tiny. Like, this is lazy. I don't know who they paid to do this for them, but they need to fire that guy. And then you get into the game, and you can see that everything has this kind of blurry, milky blending effect. I don't know if it's, like, obviously awful. Like, you might be looking at this going, oh, it's okay. But when you compare it directly to, like, the pixel look, trust me, this is just bad. You compare it to the pixels, you have the Super Nintendo version running. Right now, I'm running this in the Hygon emulator, which I am doing for a reason. Boo, the author, has a commercial license set up for Hygon. He already has it optimized to run in Steam. You literally just take your ROM and you run it in a wrapper, and there you go. It's that easy. Square could just put the ROM on Steam. End of story. And we would buy it happily. It would look good. No one would complain. They wouldn't be having the problems they are now. Sega doesn't. Sega has the Classic Game Hub, which is, again, an emulator program. It's got this really nice virtual menu system where you're in a game room and you pick your games up off the shelf. You pop in the cartridge, and it plays on a little TV, and it zooms right in, and now you've got your emulator running. You can see on this picture, I've got some filters set up. It has that blending, which some people don't like. It's got kind of a curvature of the TV projection screen. But you can turn all that off. Like, you're not married to that. You go right to the console settings and set your TV projection down to 0. I can turn on scan lines. I can take off this weird blending filter. There you go. Beautiful picture. And then Sega sells their ROMs for like $2 a piece. Like, it's not expensive. It's a good price point for nostalgia. I don't even really play the emulator that much, but I have bought a couple of, you can see I own 2 games for it. It's free money for them. Imagine if Square adopted that system just for their role-playing games. Not only could we have Chrono Trigger, but we could have Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VI, we have Secret of Mana. Imagine if they even let us have the Japanese games. Second in Densetsu 3, Treasures of the Rudra. Sega has a system set up where they have enabled the mod community, which, because these are just ROMs, they're literally just applying the patches to the ROMs and playing, you can play translations. It would be nicer if Square Enix were, to actually pay the translators that were doing the heavy lifting for them, but there's no reason they couldn't take advantage of the community stuff that's already out there. At this point, Square is literally doing more work to make their game look fugly than if they just utilized the tools that already exist and, gave a kickback to the people who have done all the work for them. They certainly would be avoiding all the backlash they're getting now. Anyway, I think I've said my piece. So, if you've made the mistake of purchasing this abomination already, don't worry. As long as you've played less than 2 hours of it, you can return it to Steam. I'll show you how. Just go right here. You go to your screen name, click on that, go to purchasing history, find the game that you bought, click on refund. You just need to fill out this little text box, but I mean, that's easy. Just tell them it's ugly. And there you go, submit it. I have already gotten my money back. I had an email pop up while I was working on this video. Do not give Square the satisfaction of ripping you off. Don't reward them for being lazy. Anyway, that's my PSA. Again, this is just a quick video. I just wanted to warn you because this game came out today. And I know my audience, we love our role-playing games. Some of you may have fallen for this piece of crap. I've got another video coming out soon on Super Nintendo role-playing games that weren't very popular, that were kind of weird. So look forward to that probably next week. I still have to record the audio and do the editing. But that's, the script's written, the footage is all recorded, that's ready to go. I am... What else? I know this sounds a little stilted. This isn't my normal, like, cadence when I'm doing my videos, but I'm not working with a script. I am literally just sitting here kind of off the top of my head trying to narrate this video, and I'm kind of pausing and stopping going, So I apologize for that. That's kind of movie magic for you. I'm not usually I'm not usually as composed as I am my other videos. But yeah, stay tuned for my next release. Thank you for watching. And thank you to all my new subs. Like, I've almost hit 6K. I think that last video that I put out on the SNES comparison to Genesis RPGs, that gave me like 500, 600 subs. You guys are awesome. Thank you.